go. Crash and flow.
I'm so busy at home. The home requires so much stuff. More so because, upon purchasing the house, we knew that it was gonna be work.
Right.
It was a fixer-upper. So as a result, there's a lot of work. Just when we came back from the trip, I'll get into the trip in a minute. When we came back from the trip, our toilet was like a loud siren sound. Whoa. It was amazing that a toilet that just works with water can create a sound that is like, whee!
Yeah.
Like it sounded like electrical, but it really wasn't.
That must be fun for you as an engineer. Like, how is it doing this? Water's doing this?
Yeah, I. Anyway, so go on YouTube, figure out how to fix it. I was gonna buy a kit. It's $50 for the kit, like $48 something for the kit for you to fix in the pump and the whatever, or just buy a new toilet and put it in. Right, and that's what I ended up doing. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is
you put it in your toilet yourself?
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We should open the podcast. I'm glad we're having this conversation. Yeah, I've never thought about like those look heavy. So were you?
Medea helped me.
Your wife helped you
take it off of the. See, the thing is, Home Depot is where it's the heaviest because you're lifting the tank and the bowl. But when you bring it home, I can just do the tank separately and the bowl separately.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do it that way. Yeah.
Sick. I always just think about that scene from Boondock Saints when he picks up the toilet and jumps off the thing and lands on the guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, please continue.
Anyway, what I mean to say is this. I say all of this to say this. We're going to try to make this episode into a 2-part episode. First episode is going to be about Turkey.
Yep.
And then we're going to watch some clips because I accumulated some shit on Instagram for funsies.
Yep.
And then after we'll do the same thing for Kenya.
All right.
Just so that we,
I thought you were going to go Turkey and Kenya and then toilets because I've got this new thing about toilets, guys. It's my new Instagram channel. It's called Yasin and Toilets.
Yeah. I mean, I learned a fair bit just installing this one, but it is what it is. All right, so Turkey. I'm going to start with what I didn't like, so that I can finish Turkey off. Pause.
Dang, man.
With on a happy note.
No, I'm with you. Let's let these Turks know what's wrong with it. And this is also one of the few places we've both been to Iceland.
We've both been to Iceland.
But yeah, Turkey is one of the places we've been to.
We resoundingly agree.
Yes.
About Iceland. There was nothing that you said about Iceland that I was like, that's an over-exaggeration. Yeah. Maybe I'm not getting the vibe. Maybe I'm not understanding. Maybe it's not hitting me the same way.
Right.
I went to Iceland, and everywhere I look was, oh, I fucking get it. Yeah, I get it. Everything is amazing.
With sheep on it. More sheep than people?
And there's only sheep. They don't even have predators. Absolutely everything about that island made me happy. And everything that you and Farah said about it, fruition. Top to bottom.
Yeah.
No lies were told.
Let's talk about Turkey.
Turkey. Now, I know you had your honeymoon there.
Can I also say I'd never been to a country in my life before Turkey? Like I have just been a refugee traveler, which is like land and expand, It's not go somewhere else.
Right.
But so obviously this is like a core moment.
Right, yes.
Country, but you've been places and you've seen some shit. So yeah, talk to me.
All right. So we land in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Right. And we take the taxi. We go to the hotel. Didn't realize that the taxi had already ripped us off.
Whoa.
So we didn't know because Medea's parents had gone to Turkey as well. So they said this is how much they paid. So we assumed it was the same. But later on, we find out that we got ripped off there.
Dang.
Now, after we get to the hotel, we decided we had a couple places that we wanted to check out: Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, the whatever. So it's a little bit far out, and there's no at least from actually we didn't look at public transport. We have camera gear, we have like 2 backpacks and things like that because we had to document all this shit.
Yep.
Not trying to go on this on the thing. Let's just take the taxi. They call us a taxi. We get into the taxi. We tell the guy where we're going. We realize he didn't put the meter on. So we're telling him to turn the meter on, right? And he says, he gives us a total, like he's like $580 or something to get there, which is twice as much as it would cost to actually go, right? And then we said, wait, no. And we're like tentative and we're green and we're like nice. We don't know how combative later on we're going to have to fucking be in taxis in Turkey, right? So we're like, no. And he's like joking. He's like, it's $1 million and whatever. We're like, no. We just need to know how much you're going to charge us because now you're not even running the meter, right? And then he said the price, and we said, no, it's supposed to be this because the front desk told us this is how much it's going to cost, right? And he's driving pretty quick at this point, right? And he's like, it's just the cost of the coffee, like a coffee in your country, in his broken English, right?
Yeah.
Now he's
just like, You're from a rich country.
so you should be able to pay this much,
Right.
right? It's not a fact that like we could pay that much. It's the fact that like you are actively
Why are you telling me? Of course. Yeah. I think you're telling him what you wanted to tell him.
yeah. And the thing is that because like, I don't know what's his grip on English. Like all
He
of I'm
could
gonna
have
say
a
is gonna be-
master's in English. He's just like, bada bada bee, bada ba boom.
Yeah, exactly. So then we kind of get forced to just go along with it.
Oh, man.
And then we kept on being like, but that's not right. They told us this, right? And they said,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't even want your money, is what he started saying.
Yeah.
Now he's getting mad at us.
Right.
He's saying that I don't even want your money. We'll take you there for free, is what he said. Then when we get there, obviously you're going to have to pay him something.
Of course.
He doesn't even stop us where we're supposed to be. He stopped us 2 blocks out and he said, it's right there. Just go over there.
Man.
Multiple taxi drivers have dropped us off in the wrong spot, saying that the spot that they're dropping us off is quicker,
Oh my God.
right? Because they don't want to, I don't know,
Go
whatever
in and
it is.
come out or whatever.
Right. So that was our first thing.
Yeah.
We're like, whoa, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of was like, it's just that guy.
I know.
Right. Okay. So we go to we go around. We did the thing. We were in the one of the palaces.
Okay.
And again, I'm going to keep my positive stuff at the end.
If you think that's the best way to do it, it's up to you.
I think so because
Yeah.
then it ends off being like
Sure.
You know,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to be depressed at the end
No,
of it.
no problem. I trust your storytelling abilities.
So then we go to you know, where there was the in the palace, which is kind of cool. The palace is
Which
so
palace?
big. It's the one where the Muslim relics are.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll come up with a name, but yeah, I know exactly. It's a pretty dope palace.
So it's huge, right? They had prayer areas only for the cooks. There's so many cooks, and they can't just go into a bigger mosque, so they make a mosque for the cooks. And then they had like an area for you know, the tea making, the coffee making, and then you can see all of the artifacts that was preserved over time, so you can see their old stuff. They had meat grinders.
It's insane.
It's amazing
Yeah.
the technology that they had,
Did
the
you see
artifacts
like the
that they were in.
swords of?
So that's the thing. I don't know.
You don't know if those are the right
I don't
swords.
feel like it's. First of all, here, let me tell you this, right?
Yeah.
If you actually had the footprints of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I feel like there's something amiss. There's something amiss that like it doesn't seem like that's what it is. Also, it's not really important.
Yeah.
The Prophet's beard, the Prophet's footprint, none of this stuff is important, right? It has no bearing on our religion, but it felt like it felt fake to me.
Okay.
It felt some of the stuff felt like it wasn't accurate. I think there's some stuff that is true in there. I think it's kind of mixed together. There's some stuff that I could believe. Like for example, there was the key of the Kaaba that was there. So the Ottoman was like the whatever the king or whatnot was there, and he took an old version just so that he can hold on to it. I get that. There was another one where they had like pieces of wood from the Kaaba after they did some renovations, so he took an old piece of wood. Also, totally okay.
Yeah.
Right. But then like some of the swords didn't make sense.
Some of thought they'd be bigger,
Oh, well, first of all, yes.
right?
They look hella flimsy.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I Googled some of them. So like the Sword of David is like the wrong type of material for that time. So there's questions. I didn't look too far into it because like, I don't know. It wasn't that interesting to me actually. While I was there, I was like, oh, I get it. Fine. And honestly, I found the old coffee makers more interesting, to be honest with you.
I'm a big if I feel like this is your sword, that's your best friend.
Yeah.
You killed people with it.
Yeah.
All of those swords, if true, have been used.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah. I also you like to believe. Maybe that's not the right way to look at things.
Yeah.
But I'm at a museum of Muslim history. So
See, that's the thing, though. There's definitely, obviously, true artifacts within there, right? But there was other stuff that like raised my question, like the Quran, the preserved versions of the Quran. I think there was some like it could be, but it could not be. It's like not the right time, or it might not be the right manuscript. It's stuff like this where I'm feeling like I'm being. Anyway, so I was there. I was recording some stuff. I'm moving at a regular pace. I don't feel like I'm holding people back because I'm filled with anxiety. I don't want to be the one that's slowing people down to seeing these artifacts. I'm moving at a good pace. Out of nowhere, a guy comes and he hits me on my shoulder and he says, "Move."
yeah.
I'm like, bro, I was so like, I didn't even know why he was even mad, right? So I turned to him and I'm like trying to figure it out. And then he's speaking in whatever language. I don't know what language it was. And he's like sweating and he's telling me to move and stuff like this. And then after I'm like, okay. And then Medea was right there and she's like, no, she said something in like as a response.
Okay.
Right. And then the guy just kept on talking and yelling. I'm like, all right, I guess. Like, I'm not going to fight you in front of the swords of the Khalifa. Like, I don't know what I'm going to, like,
Dude.
you know, there's a guy reading Quran in the background. They have a guy sitting in the corner.
You see him reading the Quran the whole time. And when he's done, another guy jumps in. Bro.
Right? So, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then also, what am I going to say that this guy's going to understand? I can't. He can't understand what I'm saying. I'm not going to say, well, who's going to fight in this room? Right? So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to move faster.
Yeah.
I just move and see if he tries to
moving fast enough.
He has a problem with me again, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. So that was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're done that. We go for Jummah. I will say the masjids are nice.
Yeah.
They're really nice to look at.
Right.
And some of them are very old. Hagia Sophia was made in like the 500. It wasn't even a mosque before, right? It was a church.
Oh, yeah. Most of those things.
Yeah.
A lot of those things.
Fantastic. I was inside. It felt peaceful. It was super nice. We took a lot of pictures and videos and things like that. And then we lined up for prayer.
Right.
I'm wearing a linen shirt, rolled sleeves.
Right.
The guy beside me, Turkish,
Yeah.
he looks at me and he looks at my arms. And then after he goes like this and he goes like, which is a motion for people who are just listening to the podcast, is a motion for me to like undo my rolled sleeves so that my sleeves cover my forearms. Like, I know what my aura is.
Right.
Right. This is a nothing burger. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand what you have a problem with. I don't even have tattoos on my arms that's going to offend someone.
Sure.
So
You can pray in t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You know, your forearms is not a problem. When I was a kid, I went to Mauritius and I prayed, and then there was people, they make sure that you wear a topi.
Right.
Right. So I was sitting in the khutbah, and some guy comes in the front and just puts a
the
topi
topi
on
on
top
you?
of me. Right.
Right.
And, you know, I was a kid, so I was like, oh, whatever. I'm like, okay, if you feel that's important, it's important. But this guy's doing this, and somehow the version of me, of the kid, was like, no, this doesn't make any sense. So I look at him and I said, no, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Right. And then he does it again, like slow motion, trying to get
And
me
you
to
start
do it.
unbuttoning him. You're like, we can both be doing things that make no sense.
And then he's wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah.
The guy who's telling me to unroll my sleeves is wearing a t-shirt.
Right.
So now in the same like weird slow motion,
Yeah.
I like point to his arms.
Yeah.
I do one of these things.
Yeah.
And then he looks at me and he's like, and then he like keeps telling me to, I'm like, I think I'm good, bro. We're both going to have some tension for khutbah now. I mean, like for Jummah now, I guess. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because these sleeves are not coming down.
Right. I've never had that. Was hilarious to know that somebody just started redressing you. They're like, let me show. You know, like I've never.
Yeah.
I don't know what percentage of humans that go anywhere, Turkey or otherwise,
Right.
has had somebody just start undoing their sleeves as they're getting ready for prayer while wearing a t-shirt.
What are you doing, bro? So that was the palace, and that was my only interaction with people in the masjid.
Dude, hilarious.
Yeah.
Once again, like the percentage of humans who've gone somewhere, especially men. Who's telling men how to dress, right?
Yeah, it
Am I
happens to
wrong?
Muslim women all the time in the prayer section.
The prayer section for women is just like a box. I don't know if Madia told you what she got to see.
Bro, well, she was on her tippy toes, and she was like peering over the thing so that
Yeah.
she can see the main hall.
Yeah, Farah was like, hey, have you been to the women's section? I'm like, of course not. I'm like, how is it? She's like, it sucks. And I was like, makes sense.
When a mosque is so grand, the sister section should be just as grand, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you, it seems to be that way never, almost.
I think the UAE mosque is nice.
Oh, yeah? You would, yeah. That might,
Yeah.
Yeah, those were more,
Oh my god. Anyway,
inshallah. But yeah.
so that was weird. Another weird interaction with people there. Subsequently, every time that we get into a taxi, the guy is actively trying to rip us off,
Yeah.
and we're fighting for like put the meter
Did
on.
they have no Uber?
All right, I'll get you to that story, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we can't keep doing the same thing and then expect a different result. It is clear that every taxi is trying to scam you.
Yep.
And even if they put the meter on, there's different ways that they can do it so that the meter increments quicker. All right. So, well, let me tell you before I tell you the Uber story.
Sure.
We fly to Antalya. Antalya, right? Bro, also, Turkey's talking about how there's cats everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking, I saw more dogs than cats.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Maybe the cats left because people are shit in these places. Oh, sorry. So the in Antalya, which is a nice like ocean sea city, right? That's right by the coast.
Yeah.
Everyone's smoking. There's dogs everywhere. It doesn't feel like I know my expectations with regards to oceans, beaches is a different level. I go to Mauritius, so I understand. It's very rocky, whatever. It was nice. It's nice to look at. Sure. Incidentally, while I was there, a mob of Turkish people stabbed a Syrian kid.
Okay.
And that was just right in the beach where we were, just the day before. Anyway.
Sure.
Also,
I know we're going to get to stuff that is positive, but I also like... It's funny. Yeah, please continue.
This is, it's for entertainment purposes. All right.
Yeah.
So then we go to whatever is their Disney World. It's in Antalya.
Dude,
right?
What a place to stick one of those.
The reason why we went there was only because there was a nice restaurant. The nice restaurant's got like this huge aquarium.
Yeah.
Got some sharks in it and whatnot. The food's pretty good, right? So we go over there and we order the food, we eat and stuff like this. And then after we're leaving, there's no other rides except for taxis to get you home, right?
Okay.
So we get into the taxi, tell him to put the meter. He puts the meter. Good, we drive it. He put the meter. This thing is
Flying?
going up so quickly. We're like, what are you doing? Why is it like this, right? And he's like, no, this is a big car. This is the reason why it's that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
He's already at a like half of what it took for us to get to our place. And we're just like still right in the thing. So we say, no, pull over. We'll leave. We'll get out of the car. So we get out of the car, and now we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Right? And then now we're just going to try to figure out if we can get a ride from somewhere else. Now,
right.
Turkey also has their version of Uber.
Right.
So we tried using that.
Yeah.
Turns out this is what they do.
What do they do?
You book it,
Yeah.
and it tells you how much it's going to be. $280, let's say.
Right.
They accept the ride, then they text you, and they say $500. And you say, well, it's $280. They said, no, it's traffic, whatever. They'll give you a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
It'll be $500, right? Then you negotiate them down via text. Very annoying.
Right.
Maybe you get to like $400, right? Then they come and pick you up. Then they cancel the ride so that you can pay them in cash and it doesn't go through the app,
Okay.
right? So that's how they scam you on their version of Uber.
Yep.
Anyway, we come back from Antalya and we're at the airport. We're like, you know what? We're not going to go back to the taxis.
Right.
So we look at Uber.
Yeah.
Uber says pickup is at section 6.
Right.
So we go to section 6. The guy already agreed to pick us up. Whatnot. We get to section 6. We say, we can't see you. What does he say? He says, just walk through the tunnel. And at the end of the tunnel and the thing, we'll be there. We walk through the tunnel. Bro, the tunnel is at least 500 meters long.
Wow.
It's a long tunnel.
It's a nice tunnel.
Yes. It's like an outdoor tunnel that's covered so you don't get hit by the sun, but you're still sweating. You're holding both luggage and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
We get to the end of the tunnel. There is no roads. There's no way for a car to even come there.
Oh my God.
So we message him again. We're like, where is this?
Yeah.
And he said, continue straight and then turn left. You'll see where the mosque is. There's a big ass mosque by the airport, and then we'll be there. So now it's a question of like, should we go back to section 6, cancel this ride, get another one?
Oh my God.
Or just see this through? We're already this far. You might as well just keep going, right?
Right.
So we walk another 250 meters. We're sweating by this point. And then we get to there, and then the guy's like waving us forward, and he's like, police problem. And he's like, all right, we don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And he comes and he sees us, and he picks up the luggage, and he starts walking with our luggage fast in front of us.
Right.
Now we're like half jogging behind him because he's not speaking English. We don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
We get to the mosque. We cross through the mosque courtyard into the parking lot of the mosque. And then we see a couple cars. One of the cars have Uber written on the side.
Right.
We're like, kind of legit? He puts the stuff inside. We get in the car.
Yeah.
Right. Then we realize that the guy who is driving is not the same picture as the Uber app.
Okay.
So it's another guy using another different profile.
Right.
So we drive out, and we're in the surface road, like the service roads of the airport.
Right.
You know how like you have your main arteries in and out of the airport, and then there's a bunch of roads that kind of run out behind that you don't normally know unless you like, I don't know if you're an employee of like various places, right? We're there, and we're driving through a roundabout, and then we get boxed in
Oh no.
by a maneuver by 2 cops, pulls up in front, blocks the guy in the back,
Yeah.
and then they start yelling immediately,
Nice.
right? So now we're stuck in the car with with 2 cops that are yelling at the driver. Driver's yelling back.
Yeah.
Then he gets out of the car. Everyone gets out of the car. We're sitting in the back with our luggage in the trunk. And we're like, well, what do we do now? No one is talking to us.
Yeah.
Cops from every country are all shit,
Right.
generally speaking. And these ones were like just did not acknowledge our existence whatsoever. Now they're yelling. And then we get out of the car because we're like, it's been like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like anyone's writing a ticket. It just seems that everyone's just yelling at each other.
Yeah.
So we open the trunk and we start taking our luggage out.
Yeah.
As we do that, the driver is looking at us and he's saying, and he's trying to get us to tell the cop that we were being dropped off to the airport and not picked up. Despite the fact that there's a pickup spot in the Uber app, turns out that there's some like weirdness with the fact that like you can Uber, you can't, but also there's an agreement that only taxis can pick up people from the airport.
Right.
So
That's
it's like
understandable.
it's like some rules got applied by cops and other rules got applied by app, and these guys are obviously here picking up people illegally, apparently.
Right. Because we have that even here, though. Like, you're not supposed to, as an Uber, you have a designated spot. You can't just, you know.
Yeah, in the app it tells you the spot. We just landed and it was downstairs.
Yep.
X, like door X or Q or whatever. Anyway, nonetheless. So now we're sitting on the side of the road. They're still arguing, right? And then we're waiting, and we see another taxi come down this like solitary taxi, and then he pulls over, and we're like, "Hey, can you bring us to Bosphorus Hilton?" And he said, "Yeah." And then we start trying to load up our suitcase. Then the cops start paying attention to us, and they yell at this taxi driver, and they wave him off. So like, okay, wait. So we can't take a new taxi. You won't speak to us at all. I can't type in my app to translate something. You won't even read that. You won't even want to talk to me.
Right.
But you won't let me get into a taxi, and you won't let me in that taxi. I don't even know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, another 20 minutes sitting on the side of the road, not knowing what the fuck to do.
Jeez.
Then they eventually write this dude a ticket.
Okay.
And then the guy waves us back and he says, "Put your shit back. Let's put your shit back, and after we can go."
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't say put your shit back. Obviously, you get what I'm saying.
We probably did. You have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You're like, I think either way.
By this point, we had already canceled the ride because we didn't know what was going on. And so he's like, 1,000, which is like twice as much as how much it would have cost, right? We're like, no, we're going to pay you what was already on the app. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
At that point, I think he knew there wasn't much to stand on.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Anyway, we get in the car and then we drive. That was our last day in Turkey. Cappadocia was pretty nice. The people in Cappadocia were nice. We had like this, here we go in positive.
Yeah.
We like a cafe that was great. There was a mom and pop owned cafe.
Everything is mom and pop.
Yeah. And they were super nice. We stayed in a cave.
Of course.
With a door. Also, the cave just crumbles a little bit as you're there, eh?
Sure. It's a cave.
Yeah, like the roof falls in pieces.
You can scrape sand and shit off of. There were holes. I'm like, this is not a hole they made. This is just a hole in a cave I live with.
Yeah.
Like what? I was sticking cushions into every hole I could find.
Oh, how you had multiple holes? I didn't see any holes,
bro. Yeah, it's like being in a place where most people live in caves.
Yeah.
So mine had some, maybe yours was made newer.
Maybe. So anyway, that was fun. We met a guy named Suleiman. He was a
most of their names.
Popular photographer over there.
Sure.
His dad owns the carpet store, and he made an area where you can take pictures within the carpet store. It's really cool. I'll show you pictures later. And then we took an ATV and we hit up like 3 different spots. That was cool.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
So that was fun.
See the penis.
Yeah, we saw the penises. Yeah,
we saw the
penises. Valley of Love or something like this. I think that's
it's
what they
Penis
call it.
Valley. They call it Valley of Love. I'm like, it's a bunch of dicks, guys. This is just penises.
It really is just penises
that are made by God.
Yeah.
Subhanallah. Like I it's hard to say Subhanallah because I'm like, why is this penis here?
Yeah.
But it's nature.
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
So that was fun. Did you do the ATV when you were there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it for a day, got a nice sunburn, and just drove around
much dust.
from valley to valley and drank a lot of orange juice. There were stands with
Yeah.
very fresh orange juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they love their lemonade. The Turkish people love their lemonades.
Oh, wait, maybe it was orange season when I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have any lemonade.
I see. So that was fun.
Cool.
No doubt. That was cool. And then we did a cruise in Istanbul.
Okay.
And then they
Down
show you
the river. Yeah.
and then they show you all of the monuments and the buildings that the Ottomans built and stuff
Right.
like that. So it's cool. It was like a little bit of a history lesson while
They
on
love
the
the
boat.
Ottomans. They're like, this is what the Ottomans built.
Yeah. Just seems like they're wasting so much time on money on like frivolous shit.
I'm not sure what happens when an empire reaches its peak of when they start just making bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be a thing.
There is a thing
where you get to a certain point, you're like, we're going to just make some bullshit for later, hopefully. you know?
Yeah. It was like, this is a house that no one slept in. It was a rest house. When they went hunting, they would just rest here, and then they would go home. And you see the house, it is insane.
Yeah. The ceiling is imported. The tiles on the floor are imported from another place. You're like, and now it's just a place we kind of walk through, and that's it. You're like, yes, full circle. And I'm like, I don't think that's a full circle. I don't know.
Yeah. There was one. It was as we were floating by in the yacht. There was a a wedding that was being done in one of the Ottoman buildings or whatever the thing is. Like, how rich you gotta be for you to be like, I want to get married in like, a preserved building, and the whole thing is a banquet for you now for the wedding. I think Medea like went on Instagram and then later on saw that those people who were doing the wedding over there because like she was looking for the hashtag. Anyway, so that part was good. Cappadocia, disappointment. They canceled the balloons. The 2 day,
Too windy?
2 mornings that we were there. Yeah.
Windy or rainy?
They said windy. Bro,
That
I was
sucks.
on the roof.
Yeah.
It didn't feel windy.
I don't know how.
I feel like they're really careful about wind.
Man, I'm sure. Like we went and they said there might be some wind issues, but we got to go up, and I can't imagine. You lose even one balloon, it probably hurts the industry
Really does.
in the area. But like,
Oh, we were so disappointed.
Dude,
Medea
it's
was
so
heartbroken, dude.
even
I'm
if
so
you're on
sad.
the ground, just to see all the balloons up,
Yeah.
let alone being on the balloon and seeing all the balloons,
Yeah.
and then the valleys under you, it's a trip.
Yeah.
It's also with no sound. There's no like,
Right. There's no motor.
there's no motor. It's
No
just
propeller, none of
it's
it.
just you and the Asian family you're with in a
Right.
basket.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we missed out on that. I mean, like, we didn't have any interest to be like on the balloon, but we really wanted to have like video, and Medea wanted her pictures with the balloons in the background. Dude, you know you obviously have a kid.
Yeah.
The feeling you get of like someone who was so excited about something and is trying not to feel sad about it just hurts you more. I was so sad for my wife doing that she didn't get her pictures with balloons.
a balloon. I'll get you a balloon, baby.
And the thing is that from that point, because we went to Cappadocia pretty early in our Turkish trip. So at that point, we were like, "Hey, no, we'll come back, inshallah."
Yeah.
And as time went on, and like taxis and metro and buses that never came, never came, brother.
Wow.
On 2 occasions and 2 different locations, 2 different numbers, 46C and 53E, never feckin' come.
Wow.
Sorry, I can't even swear anymore. I haven't done it in so long.
It's all right. We've gotten 3 in this podcast so far.
All right, wonderful.
Mashallah.
Thanks.
It's okay.
So the metro, the buses, the taxis,
Yeah.
and
And the cats,
and
cats.
the Ubers
And the air and the balloons themselves.
and the balloons didn't show up.
Dude.
It just felt like by that time, all right, we get it. Turkey doesn't want us in this place. Like the country doesn't want Yasin and Medea here.
Dang.
Because like it felt so unwelcoming at some point with so much of the stuff that had gone bad. There was more things, by the way. Also, the food is horrible.
Damn, I was hoping you wouldn't say that. But yeah.
The food is horrible, and I can say that with my chest because I've gone to different Turkish restaurants in the GTA.
Right.
And it's fantastic.
Man.
Like the food in like Aga and by Lakeshore and Mississauga is amazing. There's 2 other ones in Scarborough that I went to with Medea's parents. Fantastic Turkish food
Right.
by Turkish people.
Right.
Turkish service.
Right.
Everything good.
Yeah.
Turkish food and Turkish shit, bro.
Dang.
It's no good. It's
Where'd
no
you
good.
go?
We went to multiple places.
Did you go to the old town
Yeah.
or the new town?
Old Town?
Old town, like in Sultan Ahmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We were there. We did. Also, there was an old town in like Antalya.
Right.
So we went over there. We went to a fish restaurant. Fantastic. But it's like the fish restaurant felt like it was an anomaly. It's not like their regular, like it's a fancy fish place. It's not like their regular food. I'm talking about like regular donairs, regular street food, regular like a kebab sort of thing. All of them were no good, bro.
Damn.
I'm wanting at that point. I'm like, I want to like you. You are the last standing empire of the Muslims. Like this. Like I'm being very like
Yeah, you
lenient.
wanna. You're like, hey, I'm down for it. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but can I get some flavor or whatever?
Bro, dry.
Maybe I went to Turkey at a good season of turkey.
So it can't,
Maybe it's gone downhill.
it can't just be you because there's many other of my friends who have gone around the same time as you
Yeah.
that were like, Turkey was amazing. It treated us amazing.
You know what the thing is, though, brother? It's just like also parts of, and I've only been there once, and it was 15 years ago. It's just that like we stayed in Sultan Ahmed, so there was no going from the modern section to this section, and that made us also take. You're good on the recording?
Yeah, I don't know why it signed me out.
Perfect. No,
All
double
right.
check.
Yeah, go on. It's still recording. Go on.
So yeah, we stayed in the area where we didn't have to take as many Ubers or anything. And then secondly, this was the killer. The best move we did was we booked a bunch of black luxury rides.
Oh.
Because the thing is, you get what you pay for, and it doesn't move around. There was no like, we'll turn this off and turn that on, and
Yeah.
it'll even out. It's
Yeah.
just like, no, this is a. If they say 400 liras, it's 400 liras.
Right, yeah.
Even though that's more than an Uber or a cab ride, the consistency is fantastic.
So if we had done that, or even had because we're going to so many places, right? We flew twice within
Yeah.
Turkey, right? We went to Cappadocia, we went to Antalya, and then back and stuff like this. So like, if we had also budgeted for like essentially Black Ride, then I think that it would make it 50% better. It would have like cleaned up a bit. Food's still no good though. I mean, like
Yeah.
I thought I was just gonna get, honestly, when I was going to Turkey, I was like, I can't wait because I'm just gonna get this on the streets.
Yeah, that's what I felt. That's like what we felt like we got. Like even the street food we got was like so affordable and fantastic.
Yeah.
We're just sitting down, and you didn't have cats. I don't even know if you went to Turkey. You might have gone
Something
to
happened.
Armenia or something.
Something must have happened. Yeah, honestly.
You're like, this masjid has Jesus in it. What's happening?
Bro, people were saying like if you go to masjid, you'll see cats sitting around. There'll be kittens
Yeah.
everywhere, whatever. I'm not saying that there were no cats. What I'm saying is that I saw more dogs than cats.
I barely saw a dog. I saw two. I can count the number. I took the pictures of the dogs that I saw because I only saw that few dogs.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting, man.
Very interesting.
Well, sorry for on behalf. Like I don't,
No,
I want you to like it because I liked it so
sure.
much.
I know. I can understand that.
It was one of those trips that I'm like, this is why you travel type of trips.
Yeah.
But I didn't have almost any of those hiccups with travel
Yeah.
of cab I had one guy take advantage of me while I was buying a pot, and that was about it. Where he's like, me and my wife made this pot, and then later on, after I purchased, I'm like, there's another, that pot is over here too. Did you make a pot and sell it to this guy? It's the same pot.
Yeah.
And that was my learning lesson. I'm glad I learned it around a pot
Yeah.
rather than,
Yeah.
something major.
Yeah.
And I was also lucky where at point we hired a small tour guide who would just deal with the bullshit
Yes.
just as aggressively as somebody who spoke the language should.
Yeah.
Because that's what we hired. I'm better off tipping this guy $40 American for him to fix the next 4 hours of my
Right.
life.
Yeah.
Because he knows where the scams are, right?
Yeah.
And that was just luck to a certain extent. Because
So we didn't know that we need that type of insulation. I'm still open to going to Turkey. If I did go, I would want to go on like an Islamic trip.
okay.
So they have like a tour guide and whatnot, and then we can go and learn about all of the Islamic stuff about it.
Right.
I would need multiple buffers between me and Turkey, I guess. Right?
I think Muslim countries, like places you want to go, like Egypt.
Yeah.
I think you.
Oh, I hear Egypt is horrible.
I hear Egypt is the worst, but it feels like you had an Egypt experience in Turkey.
Yeah.
Like everything you've said so far, like, I think those are the worst things that can happen in a Muslim country is like them not taking you seriously, treating you like a rich foreigner, and you're like, you have no idea how rich I'm not. This is my only trip here. Come on.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm never coming. I'm like, it's not like we have enough money to just keep coming to Turkey. Right?
Yeah.
This was it, guys. This
Yeah.
was it. At first, we are like, we'll try to, next time we go, we'll come to Cappadocia for the balloons. Medea was, at the end of the trip, Medea was like, we're never coming back. I don't give a shit about the balloons.
Damn.
So that's sad. That's sad because I really wanted to love Turkey.
I know.
It's not only you. There's other friends of mine I remember them posting like, I left my heart in Turkey. That was pre-COVID.
Right.
Something must have happened to the people.
Quite possibly.
Something must have happened to the people to shift it to such a degree because it did not feel warm. It did not. People were not welcoming. It didn't feel welcoming at all.
Wow.
It just felt like you were being like predatory. That was
Right.
all. That was all.
Your
Basically,
food.
you were prey
Right.
the entire time that you were in Turkey in various places.
That's what I've been told about Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt.
Even our friend Darian, right?
Yeah.
He went there and he was like, I felt like a bunch of gay guys were eyeballing me the whole time. I'm like, I didn't even expect you to have that kind of criticism of a place. He's like, I don't ever feel that way.
Yeah.
Except in Egypt, I feel like these guys were looking at me like
Damn.
they wanted to bang. I was like, that is such a weird critique.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's a handsome dude. I can guess.
he is a handsome dude. I'm glad at least you didn't have that in Turkey.
Yeah. No, it's good. I guess. Yeah. There's no way I was gonna go to a hammam. Get the frick out of here.
Bro, that would have been the story of imagine if they're like, and then he spit on me and gave me a spit shine. And he said, this is what we do here.
And he said it was $50.
And he said $50. And I said, what? And he spit on me twice. And I said $100. And I said, stop spitting.
I can't stop spitting. I can't afford.
Yeah, stop spitting, bro. But I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Inshallah, like
not. They can't all be winners.
they can't all be winners. I'm just sad because that place is.
Yeah, I wanted to like it.
Imagine like going to a really good restaurant, just having a very shitty experience altogether.
Yeah.
Except the restaurant is a country.
And just imagine it's after like 3 of your friends.
Yeah.
We're like, you're going to Turkey. It's going to be amazing, bro. I'm so happy.
I would say for anybody though, and I don't know how it is now. It's just like if you're ever going to Turkey, see if you can stay in Sultanahmet.
Yeah.
And that way you're not having to get to Sultanahmet, because most of the stuff you will do in Istanbul will be around Sultanahmet.
Yeah.
And then secondly, maybe hire a translator to hang out with you.
I mean, I think that would be the best investment of having a dude, just because like every time you would have to get, if you were forced to take a taxi because you were taking long routes, you felt like you had to like strap yourself in for a little bit of a fight.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want to feel. Like, I didn't go, like, this is not an expedition.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, I'm going to a formerly Muslim country, and I just wanted to see the sights and eat the food. Like, I didn't go over here to battle.
Right.
So it's a weird vibe that it constantly gets punctuated every day.
I had that in Athens, where like we got almost robbed, and then we hired a guy who was like 6'4", former swimmer on the national team, Mikolos, and so helpful.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as we started talking to a cab driver, he came in and interrupted us.
Yeah.
And he was like, "This guy's a thief." I was like, okay, calm down, dude. I'm just talking. Don't call him like I'm right in front of him. And he's even the gelato places, like, that's fake. They just open up ice cream and give it to you. That's not even gelato.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, what? He's like, and then he took us to a family place, same cost,
right?
Except just like an old couple making gelatos and stuff. And so like maybe stay in Sultanahmet, get a thing, and maybe time travel and go back 15 years.
15 years. Go at the same time that Sayed was there, because like Sayed and my friend.
Yep. 10 years actually for me was the last time I was there. That was my honeymoon. So 10 years, almost 10 years in this coming September.
Right. Yeah. No, I was, nonetheless, you know what? I'm happy that I went. Yeah. I'm happy that I got to see the mosques. It's nice to see the mosques. It's nice to see a place where there's so much history.
Yeah.
So, you take the good with the bad.
Yeah. World's oldest flea market. That's there as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to pull up a couple clips here.
Let's do it.
So that I can also make some clips. Let's see. I hope that this will play. If not, then whatever. Let's see which one I want first, bro. Which one I want first?
This is exciting. Anything could happen.
This one will... here we go. This is just one of my favorites.
You don't want Manti to be your op. That's all I'm saying. I don't give a fuck about none of that spider shit. Matter of fact, Manti, get him. Get him. Get him.
Damn.
Snatched it. I'm talking about broke them bitches off like the nigga was finna eat some chicken. Give me the...
Dude.
Oops. It's clearly not the right thing, but yeah.
That's
Bro,
okay.
The fact that he pulled both of them off his hands
so hard they just came off.
Yeah. And then, so right now off screen, there's a spider that's minus 2 legs, right?
Right.
And the mantis has got 2 legs in his hands, each hand.
Yep.
Right? And this is the disrespect.
Nom, 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 nom,
He's
nom, nom, nom.
eating the leg in front of the spider that he just took off 2 legs off of. Yeah. Like, that is how confident he is that the spider is not a problem.
Man. Well, he's at least 2 legs down. So he's
know.
definitely... I know he's kind of occupied, but the shock of losing 2 legs, he doesn't have... That the recovery off of that to attack mode would be...
Bro, imagine you saw a street fight and one of the guys ripped off both of the dude's arms.
I know.
And then as the guy is like yelling in pain, he like licks
He's
the
licking.
arm. That would be burnt into your head.
It's not the right time for a roundhouse kick. You're like, aha, he's distracted, Zup, 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 zup. No, it's not the right time. Like,
That is terrifying.
Yeah, I think this thing is in a slightly... If I can just bring in my own thing, the more I listen to the UFO and alien people, apparently this is a main creature on other planets. Like humans got to be apparently mantises are possibly a thing.
Right.
And that would be a problem for us
if they were half our size, it would be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. But like mantis humanoid, like a bipedal 2-legged mantis. Well, these are, I think, but like our size, bro, we can't rip the hands off of anything our size. Everything, a gorilla, a monkey, everything can rip our bear. We barely have the pulling ability.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Look at this. Nothing.
We have nothing.
We got nothing. So yeah, mantis is
Insane, dude.
yeah. Also the don't give a shit of like I'll just eat your arms in front of you.
Yeah, it's just
I'm not even gonna run away and hide in a corner and eat this. Like I'll just eat this right here while I'm at arm's length.
all right. We're at 40, but I just want to play this. Actually, you know what? This one, I'll save that one.
Let me see. Man, what the hell? Where your leg at? Here it is. That's a leg. Hey, Jesse. Huh? Come here, big dog. This dude got an Air Force on a steel rod.
Air Force on the steel rod, man. What you talking
Man, that's
about?
on everything I love, bro. Hey, raise it up for my homeboy. Show my homeboy.
I ain't never
Get
seen
back,
nothing
little
like
boy.
that before. Let me see.
See?
What the hell?
And the boy got an Air Force One.
And they clean too.
It's a real
Hey,
footage.
John,
Dude, all the
come on, man. You gotta see this.
Hurry up, bro. What you bro?
Oh my god.
Homeboy, put it back up there.
Go ahead, show 'em.
Ah, man, put that leg down. I can't believe y'all, bro. What you talking about?
Is this racist at all? Or no?
I don't think
Is
so.
this- no?
Because the guy who's doing the voiceover is in fact black.
No, I understand that. But just playing up the caricature of different, Southern black men. Like, is it at all? It's definitely fun.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'd want to. I would not want to hear anybody else's reaction.
Right.
You don't want to hear a British accent or
No,
Indian
this
accent.
is the best. This is the best it is.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's-
Jamaican. By the way,
Of course, that'd be more fun.
that'd be more fun.
Because then you have the accent on top of the.
yeah.
But yeah, this is I love. I also I don't know if you've seen the ones where like a gorilla sees a baby, like a human baby, and the gorilla's like, oh, and then she brings her baby to show.
Aw.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. But I love that he's like, got to see this guy's leg.
Yeah, they call their boys to come look at
Everybody came.
it. Yeah,
Chimpanzees, they shouldn't be in there.
they really shouldn't, though, right? I
The
mean, you
longer-
can't do it to these people.
The older I get, I realize.
Most animals shouldn't be.
I
in
know
this
it's not
thing.
the Quran or the Bible.
Yeah.
But I'm realizing we are the epitome of assholes, right? Like we have no civility. Like when we understand elephants remember shit and communal cat. We understand whales are incredibly
Yeah,
smart and they will commit suicide when they're sad. Monkeys are just a little bit off of us. Orangutans put medicine on themselves. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, zoo, all of them. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like safari then, I guess, right? Like
I will still agree
Yeah.
with Joe Rogan where he's like, I think giraffes are okay in captivity.
Mm-hmm.
That for the next episode, I'll tell you, giraffes in captivity look like they're having a ball.
yeah, I think so.
I think they're okay. If they could be domesticated, they should have been.
I think there's prey, there's predator, and there's something in between.
Yeah.
And I think the prey, I think they're fairly happy.
Yeah.
Like when I see a caribou like they seem cool.
They seem cool.
I might be wrong, but they're all
Yeah.
hanging out with their caribous. They're doing things. They're
Yeah. But when you see like a tiger in there, it looks like it's
Oh, even an orangutan. I'm like, that animal looks depressed as shit.
yeah.
It's just
Dude, he had Yeah. Anyway, on that note, that was episode 453. Take care of yourselves. Happy to be back. Good night.